everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is June 11th, 2024, and Luis Diaz has closed the door to a possible arrival at FC Barcelona. Also, it's reported that Bayer Leverkusen are interested in signing Ansu Fati, and finally, Ronald Koeman has aimed a dig at FC Barcelona. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the Kickback. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. Both links for Kickback and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now I'll begin with the news that the Colombian winger Luis Diaz has closed the door at a possible arrival at FC Barcelona. Now, as you know by now, Luis Diaz has been heavily linked with Barcelona, given that Barcelona have a deep need or a serious need to sign someone for the left wing, where we currently don't have any specialists in that position. And given that Laporta has always been a big fan of Luis Diaz, and given that Laporta had met with Luis Diaz's agents several weeks ago, Luis Diaz was being heavily linked to Barcelona as a possible arrival. So given his heavy links, Luis Diaz, who's currently spending time with the Colombian national team in preparation for the Copa America that's set to begin pretty soon, the reporters asked Luis Diaz about his links to Barcelona, and this is what the Colombian attacker had to say. "I'm very happy there at Liverpool. It's a great team and club. I've always wanted to play there, so I'm very happy and calm. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm thinking about the national team. That's where we are." So Luis Diaz making it clear that he's happy at Liverpool. He's not looking to leave, so therefore closing the door at any possible arrival at Barcelona. And of course, as I always said, Nico Williams was always the number one option for Barcelona. That never changed despite what many reports were saying out there. Yes, Barcelona liked Luis Diaz. Yes, Barcelona would like to sign him, but the priority was always Nico Williams and remains Nico Williams, who not only is younger than Luis Diaz, but is also a more affordable option, as he does have a €50 million release clause that if Barcelona trigger, Nico Williams becomes their player, where with Luis Diaz, Barcelona would have had to negotiate with Liverpool, and Liverpool most likely would have asked for around 80 to 90 million for the Colombian attacker. Now, speaking of signing players, it's reported that Atletico de Madrid are looking to wait after the Euros to decide what's going to happen with Joao Felix. Now, Joao Felix's loan is set to end in 20 days or 19 days on June 30th. After that, he will go back to Atletico de Madrid. Of course, Joan Laporta has made it clear that he does want to keep Joao Felix on the team. However, he only wants a loan because Barcelona cannot afford a permanent transfer. Atletico Madrid, on the other hand, do want to offload Joao Felix because El Cholo Simeone does not count on him, but they're looking to do a permanent transfer where they're asking a minimum of 60 million euros, which again is not affordable for Barcelona. And it's now reported that Atletico Madrid are looking to wait until after the Euros to decide what to do, because let's be honest, Joao Felix did not have a good season this past season at Barcelona, so they know that he has lost a lot of value. He also has 0 offers, so Atletico Madrid are hoping that Joao Felix has a pretty good performance at the Euros, and maybe that will catch the attention of other clubs. And for now, it's reported that Barcelona are in no hurry. They're just sitting back, saying, okay, it's your problem. You decide what to do with them. If you want to loan him to me, great. We'll take him on a simple loan. We'll just cover his salary. If not, well, that's your problem, because then you're going to be stuck with a player who you don't want and who no one else wants. So Barcelona in no hurry to make any moves or to enter into negotiations, because they know that right now Atletico Madrid are on the losing end of this operation, which in my opinion, I think it's a good strategy for Barcelona. Again, I don't think Barcelona should take Joao Felix on loan again. I don't think he's good enough for Barcelona, or at least he's not motivated or disciplined enough for Barcelona. But if Barcelona insists on having Joao Felix, I think this is a great strategy. Let time go by, let Atletico Madrid get desperate, and eventually I'm sure they will see to Barcelona's demands, because again, what else are they going to do? Either get stuck with Joao Felix, who their coach does not want, or sell him to somewhere else, and guess what? No one else wants to buy the player. Now, speaking of loan players, it's now time to talk about Ansu Fati, because it's reported that Bayer Leverkusen are interested in La Masia graduate. Now, Ansu Fati spent last season on loan with Brighton. He is returning from loan because Brighton have decided not to activate the option to buy for the player or even extend his loan. And even though there was a lot of rumors that Barcelona wanted to offload Ansu Fati on a permanent basis, Ansu Fati would like to play the preseason under Hansi Flick to see if he can impress the German coach. And now it's being reported that Bayer Leverkusen are very interested in signing Ansu Fati, especially since they know that this summer they will most likely lose some players. It always happens to small teams when they win something important. A lot of other bigger teams come like vultures and start picking the team apart. So Bayer Leverkusen, knowing that they're going to lose some players, they are currently eyeing Ansu Fati. Now, this is not the first time that Bayer Leverkusen have been interested in Ansu. In fact, they tried last summer to sign him. They even established contacts with Ansu and his entourage. They wanted him on loan with an option to buy for around 10-15 million euros. However, Barcelona rejected that deal last summer, but I don't think they would be willing to reject one this summer because, again, it's reported that Barcelona are not counting on Ansu Fati despite Ansu wanting to prove himself during the preseason. Now, we'll end this video by talking about Ronald Koeman, that disgraced Dutch coach who has aimed a dig at Barcelona. Now, Ronald Koeman spoke about Frankie de Jong's injury. Of course, as I reported in yesterday's video, Frankie de Jong has been ruled out at the Euros due to his ankle injury, and Ronald Koeman decided to speak about that in today's press conference, and in doing so, aiming a dig at Barcelona and saying the following. Now, Koeman said, "We decided this afternoon we have considered that Frankie de Jong will not be fit for the next 3 weeks. He had a history with this injury to his right ankle, and it's not advisable to take risks. His club did take risks before, and now we have to pay the price." Yes, his club did take the risk before, and now we have to pay the price. Ladies and gentlemen, the balls on this guy. The balls on this guy. Because first of all, Frankie de Jong's injuries are not Barcelona's fault. Frankie de Jong suffered 3 injuries to his ankle. All of them were as a result of a blow, of a foul. That's how Frankie was injured. It was not a muscle problem. It was not a fatigue problem. It's not an overuse of the player problem. All 3 injuries were due to blows, and you cannot prevent that in the footballing world. There's no conditioning that can prevent that. The only way to prevent being injured from receiving blows is for the player not to play any single game. So first of all, it's not Barcelona's fault that Frankie de Jong got injured. But second of all, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting, is that Ronald Koeman, when he called up Frankie de Jong to the Dutch national team, to training camp, and to the friendly matches, Frankie was already injured. It's not like Frankie got injured during training camp. He was already injured, and yet Ronald Koeman decided to call him up to the Dutch national team, and then Frankie de Jong made that interview where he said that he was willing to risk it all, and apparently so was Koeman. Why else would he call him to the national team even though he was injured? So Koeman, who doesn't pay Frankie de Jong's salary, was willing to risk Frankie's injury, but Barcelona, who pay Frankie's salary, who are the owners of the contract of Frankie, they can't risk him. But you, Mr. Koeman, who don't pay his salary or his medical bills or his treatment, you can risk him. And finally, who the hell is Ronald Koeman to tell Barcelona how to treat their players when it was Ronald Koeman who used Pedri every single match in every single competition, which ended up destroying Pedri, and as a result, he's still getting injured 2-3 seasons later, and yet this guy wants to lecture Barcelona about how to risk players and not risk them. The balls on this guy. The balls on this guy. Mr. Koeman, I think you are still mad because you came here and you failed miserably. I get it, but it's not our fault that you suck. That was only your fault. So please, don't take it out on us. Don't be a child. Earn up to your mistakes and admit you were a shitty coach. And that's that. Anyways, that is all for tonight. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.